Hello and welcome to another DJI Neo drone video. Hope you're all well. Today I am at Honeypot Wood, as you can see here. It's a lovely little area not too far from Red Marshall up in the northeast of England. Today I've just done a video for my Saturday videos. I've just done a walk around the circular walk route, but because the central area of this place is so open, as you can see, I thought I'd do a drone video. I thought I'd get the drone up, and I want to answer a question that people have been asking me. One has been asking me about what my settings are, and another one was about color correction. Now, when it comes to settings, that is quite a difficult question to answer, because the thing matter is, it all depends on when you're flying your drone. Is it on the morning, is it on the afternoon, or is it at night or the evening? Is it sunny like it is today? Is it blue skies or is it overcast? Is the sun behind you, in front of you? And all of these different things you need to sort of think of. Is it windy or is there a bit of a breeze? Do you put a filter on the front of your camera to reduce your frame rate, your shutter speed and your ISO, to get that right down, to get the best quality picture you can? All of these things sort of you need to be mindful of when you're doing it. So I could tell you one day these are my settings, and then you could use them on a completely different day that it is today, and it could be completely wrong. So it all just depends on your day. You really need to kind of look at your settings, take the drone up and just see how it looks on the actual camera. Get rid of the sharpness, get rid of all the noise, because the sharpness you can add in afterwards. You don't need to sort of be doing that in the Fly app itself. You can just take all that off and just adjust everything in sort of when you're editing it, right? If it's in Capcut or Davinci Resolve, whatever you use. With myself, I use the free version of Capcut. Now there is a little portion of that that's free. It's perfect for editing. There's titles, there's transitions, and there's all sorts of different effects and texts you can use, but it is sort of limited. If you get the pro version, it opens up a lot, but you can use the free version to make videos like mine. Now what I want to do today is, obviously I want to talk about color correction. Now I'm a beginner, so obviously this is how I do it. If you're a professional, then you may do it using different methods. Obviously I use LUTs, which are lookup tables, which give you a certain look straight away, and you can just change sort of the how much of it you have on your footage. You can have it on 25%, 50%, 75%, or you can have it the full way, whatever you choose. Sometimes when you click on it, it looks great just as is. You don't really need to mess with the brightness. You don't need to mess with sort of the brilliance, the whites and the blacks and all that sort of stuff, the contrast and all those particular things. Because the sun is in the sky today, I will need to have a filter on, and an ND filter. I use Freewell ND filters, and it'll be a 16 that I'll be using today. I'm going to get the drone up in the sky. The chances are I'll probably fly it away from the sun, so the light is behind me. I'm going to fly it over there. There's a lovely house just in the distance, but also I'll fly it over in that direction, over there and back again, just so you can see the wooded area. You just get a few different types of sort of lighting and different types of scenery. So you'll see the woodlands, you'll see the car park in the area at the start of Honeypot Wood. You'll see the lovely house, farmhouse that's not too far from here as well. So I'll show you variations of that, and you'll see the raw footage. So I'll show you the raw footage, and then what I'll do is I'll color correct it, and I'll do a comparison at the end of the video for each clip. I'll only use, say, 3 clips and a minute each, so you'll have 30 seconds of the raw footage and 30 seconds of color corrected. And all I do is I use LUTs in there, and I'll show you briefly what I do in Capcut so you can see what I change, but obviously it will be completely different to your footage depending on your lighting and everything. So before further ado, or whatever the saying is, I'll get the drone up, get it flying around, and I'll be back in a minute and to conclude the video. So see you in a second. So as you saw there, I took the drone up and I've flown it in different directions. What I'm going to do is I'm going to find out of the 3 clips, I'm going to take a minute of each clip. I'm going to show you the raw footage of how it was as it was up in there. As I say, it's got an ND16 filter, and I think the shutter speed was at 1/60 and the ISO was 100. So that's what those particular settings were. So yeah, I took it in different directions, so you just got a different perspective of where I am. And then what I'll do is I'll show you the color corrected. So I'll go in, I'll use a lookup table, the LUTs, I'll use sort of the brightness and the exposure, whites and blacks and all that sort of stuff in the settings, which I'll show you. That's on the right hand side of Capcut when you go in there, and I will explain that in a moment. So we'll get straight into that editing part. I'll show you kind of what you can do with the clips, and then I'll show you the comparison of the raw and the color corrected footage. So see you in a second. So this is the free version of Capcut, as you can see there. Now, if you want to import the LUT or lookup tables into Capcut, what you'll need to do is go on this left hand side, click on adjustment, then click on LUT, and it'll bring up this section. The chances are this will be all empty. As you click on import, it'll open up a folder in your computer, find the LUTs you've downloaded, import them, and then what happens is they will appear over here on the edit side of things. Now, some of it is sort of the pro version, so you can't use these ones with the gems on, but you can use the lookup tables and the adjust, which is what I use. Now, as you can see, it is a bit bright over here. It is a bit washed out. So when you go onto here, you can see all the LUTs you've downloaded, and you can see how it changes the different sort of colors and different styles. I tend to use Eagle because it brings out all of the lovely greens, as you can see here. But you can change the intensity, so if you want to have just a little bit, you can, or if you want the full greenery, that's fine as well. This thing called protect skin tone, if you are in this footage, say if you're doing like a vlog and you film sort of you're out and about in the woods or whatever, and then you turn the camera on yourself, it can change your skin tone. So if you do that, it'll give you a more natural skin tone. But for the purposes of this example, I'm not in any of these bits of footage, so I'm just going to leave that off. Now you've got the adjustments. Now this is a personal preference, so you can change all of these to how you want them. Now I tend to sort of maybe add a little bit of warmth to it or a bit of cool depending on the time of year, and then I tend to go down to here, change the exposure so it brings down that sort of the brightness of the sky. You can change the contrast as well, and then sort of just highlight certain bits. As you can see, I'm just doing a quick job here, just taking out some of that brightness. Obviously you don't want to have some of the whites in there, maybe take out some of the blacks, obviously to get some of that blue of the sky and the brilliance. It sort of brings the blues out here. As I mentioned before, when it comes to the drone, take out the sharpness and the noise settings in the DJI Fly app. So basically you've just got the raw footage, because you can add the sharpness here in the edit rather than having to try and fix it. If you've got sort of too much sharpness in your drone footage and then you start trying to edit it, it's a lot harder to try and take that sharpness out. It's a lot easier to put the sharpness back in. But then, yeah, you can just improve the clarity. You can add particles to it if that's the sort of look you want. You can fade it if you wanted a faded look. And then this setting just either adds a black sort of border or a white border to your footage if that's what you want. So what I'll do now is I will now do the comparison, so you'll see the raw footage and it'll transition into the edited footage so you can see exactly how the differences change. So see you in a sec. So hope you enjoyed that video. It was just a video just to look at how you can sort of bring the colours out of your footage. If you've done something where you don't have a filter on, or you've put the filter on and you've got a lot of brightness of the sky, or the green and all the colours are kind of a bit washed out, then that kind of puts everything back in and it lifts it all, makes it stand out and makes it look a lot more beautiful, I guess. But yeah, when it comes to settings, all the settings are different depending on the day. Obviously today, as you can see, it's all blue skies and sunshine. Sometimes when I use the drone it can be overcast, other times it can be all cloudy but still sunny, so it just depends on the environment you're in and obviously the weather and the likes of how your footage is going to turn out and what settings you need to take. If it's brighter, you need to bring that exposure down and the brightness down and everything like that. But as I say, I'm a beginner, so this is all what I do as a beginner. If you're a professional and you do all this sort of stuff, you probably do it a lot different to what I do, but that's how I get my footage to look the way it does. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, hit that like button and don't forget to comment and let us know what software you use, how you color correct things, if you use certain LUTs, where you get your LUTs from. Obviously I'll put all the URLs in the description where you can get them all for free. And obviously I've told you in the video of how to import them and how to use them. So yeah, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and I will see you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.